Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second broadcast of the day, basketball-wise, but our first one on C103. Carl and I did the Georgetown today on 99.5 The Edge. Unfortunately, they bow out of tournament action 39-30 against the Reading Lady Blue Devils. By the way, welcome to the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show. I'm Ken Smith along with Carl Schneider. Skylar Stapleton back in the studio is our producer for tonight's basketball game. Watch this game as well as listen to this game. Let's talk about these two teams. Again, Carl and I are courtside at Georgetown High School, where the G-Men are hosting the Eastern Brown Warriors. The Eastern Brown record in the Shack, fourth in Division I, is where they are going to, well, already did end up the season. Yeah, that all wrapped up last night. So fourth place for Eastern Brown in the SHAC. They are averaging 49 points per game while allowing their opponents. Well, that's not the way you want it to be, and that's how they end up with a 6-7 record. Overall, 7 wins, 14 losses on the season, and they will start their tournament trail on February 21st. Eastern Brown Warriors are a number 17 seed, and they're going to face off against Portsmouth West, who is a number 16 seed with a 7-12 record. I like the Eastern Brown odds in that first game.
I do too, and that's something else too, just so people know, they've expanded out. So that,
yeah, the super sectional.
Yeah.
Didn't used to be that way just a few years ago.
It was about 8, and that was about it.
Right. Georgetown G-Men, they come into this contest with a very successful year this year in the Southern Buckeye Conference. They are in second, or rounded out the season in second place with a 9-3 record. There are two teams that tied for first, and I don't remember off the top of my head who that was.
Western Brown, I think, wasn't it?
No, they would have it here somewhere. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Oh, here it is. Claremont Northeastern and Williamsburg are the two teams that tied for first with a 10-2 record. Georgetown then third team on the list, but second place would be where they ended up. Overall record, 13 wins, 7 losses on the season. They will start their tournament trail on February 20th. Georgetown getting a number 7 seed. They're going to face off against an undetermined opponent at this point. It could be number 9 seed Seven Hills with an 11-7 record, or it could be number 13 seed Norwood with an 8-12 record. By the way, Georgetown averaging 60.1 points per game this season. That's a pretty nice average, and only allowing their opponents to score 46.1 points per game.
And sometimes that's kind of strange when you hear how undetermined and sometimes they have a number 1 seed playing in the first bracket, but in some of the seedings, the coach gets to pick where they're going to go.
In the Southwest District, they do, yeah.
Right, and they don't sometimes want to have that week off. And so they'll go ahead and say, I want to keep things rolling instead of having a week to kind of sit around and the guys get a little maybe lazy in that.
Right.
So they want to play a game. And usually it's a game they know they're going to win.
Yep. And, of course, another difference in the Southwest District, still playing neutral sites for all of the sectional games, whereas in the Southeast District, which is where Eastern goes, Georgetown goes southwest, Eastern goes southeast. In the Southeast District, they now play in the higher seed home school, or as the home team at their school for the 2 sectional games, and then go to a neutral site when it comes to the division level, or the district level, sorry.
And for some of that, I like that, in that it gives you a reason to, say you're going to finish third in your league. It's still, you want to get as many wins as you can, so you get to have a home court first round possibly,
right.
It isn't always about, sometimes, let's just say, North Adams girls. Undefeated year.
Right.
And people are thinking, well, how am I going to win the league? Well, maybe you're not, but let's go and win some sectional and get a home game or two out.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show will be continuing, although I should mention before we take a break, double overtime for our junior varsity contest. Carl and I and all these fans got to watch a very exciting junior varsity contest. All the fans got their money's worth tonight with that double overtime. Eastern Brown did come out on top, 51-48 in the junior varsity game. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show right after this on C.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
BidFTA.com is an online auction site with local pickup that features items from major retailer outlets that have been returned, discontinued, or overstocked. With Fast Track It and BidFTA, you'll pay a fraction of the retail price on products ranging from household goods to electronics to appliances. BidFTA.com has hundreds of auctions going live online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start bidding now by heading to BidFTA.com to register for an account. That's BidFTA.com to name your price on just about anything. That's the sound of your truck losing you money.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show. Again, I'm Ken Smith along with Carl Schneider. It's time to take a look at the visiting team on the scoreboard, the roster for the Eastern Brown Warriors.
All right, thank you, Ken. They're coached by Rob Buechler, assisted by Tim Boone, Ron Lynch, Tyler Knabb, Heath Unger. AD is Jared Jodry, Principal Guy Hopkins, and Superintendent George Michael. Before the game, Guy and I were joking around about that JV game going to double overtime like they did against Manchester, and sure enough, he's giving us thumbs up and laughing about, hey, we got double overtime. So we have for the players, we have number 1, Cade Walkup, a 5'10" sophomore. Landon Kohler, number 2, a 5'9" sophomore. A freshman at 6 foot, wearing number 10 is Grady Barber. Dylan Pearson, number 14, a 5'10" sophomore. Also at 5'10" and a sophomore is Drew Edmonston, number 21. Wyatt Hupp, number 22, 5'11" junior. Braxton Vance, number 23, a 6'2" freshman. 6'2" and a junior is Luke Haney, number 32. Bryce Murphy, number 33, 6'1" sophomore. At 6'3" and a senior is Caleb Jimison, number 35. And Ryan Utter, number 55, a 6'1" sophomore. The cheerleaders are Cadence Bowler, Emma Kopis, Liz Davis, Kennedy Dunsite, Sage Igo, Emily Jimison, Honora Hodge, Riley Kohler, Kenzie Steffen, Aubrey Simpson, Brandy Schular, Reagan Renshin, Sophia Murphy, Lauren McIntosh, and McKenna Michael. They are coached by Sarah Layton, Paula Hughes, and Crystal Patrick.
All right, that's a look at the roster as well as the cheerleaders for the Eastern Brown Warriors. We'll take another quick break and be back to look at the home team, the Georgetown G-Men, right after this on the Shack Sports Radio Network, C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking. Taste the snappy tomato pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by Simon for three. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save.
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on GoodGuysRadioTV.com. That's GoodGuysRadioTV.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show. It's time to look at the home team, Carl, the Georgetown G-Men.
All right, thank you, Ken. We have number one, Rylan Hayslip, 5'8" junior. Also 5'8" and a junior, Gideon Klump wearing number 2 at 5'9" and a junior. Jason Marks, number 3. Carson Miles, number 4, 5'10" senior. Austin Miles, number 13, 5'10" sophomore. 5'9" junior, Jackson Marks, number 14. And Jackson Galley, number 22, a 6' senior. Also 6' and a senior, Mason Williams, number 23. Aiden McGinnis, number 24, a 6'2" senior. Carson Malott, number 31, 6'7" senior. A big boy right there.
Yes, it is.
Especially after I went over all these 5'8" and 5'10s. Trevor Ellis, number 33, a 6'3" junior. And Aiden Werner, number 43, a 6'2" sophomore. The cheerleaders are Mallory Dotson, Austin Morris, Emily Renshaw, Nina Baker, Evelyn Cahall, Jayla Galley, Peyton Shepard, Kelsey Sora, and Rose Steigerwald. They're coached by Krista Cahall. Also, for the head coach for the G-Men is Corey Kopus. Assistant is Taylor Garrett and Corey Kidwell. AD is Ken White. Principal Jerry Underwood. And Superintendent is Brad Winterrod.
All right, that's a look at the Georgetown G-Men roster. By the way, it was senior night here tonight at Georgetown, and 5 seniors on the side of the Georgetown G-Men. Carson Miles, Jackson Galley, Mason Williams, Aiden McGinnis, and Carson Malott, your 5 seniors for Georgetown. Only 1 senior on the flip side for the Eastern Brown Warriors. That lone senior is Caleb Jimison. All right, we are just about ready to honor America here courtside at Georgetown High School. We've got more of the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show coming your way right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
BidFTA.com is an online auction site with local pickup that features items from major retailer outlets that have been returned, discontinued, or overstocked. With Fast Track It and Bid FTA, you'll pay a fraction of the retail price on products ranging from household goods to electronics to appliances. BidFTA.com has hundreds of auctions going live online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start bidding now by heading to BidFTA.com to register for an account. That's BidFTA.com to name your price on just about anything.
Welcome back to the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show. It's time to take a look at the starters for both ball clubs. Carl?
All right, thank you, Ken. For the Eastern Warriors, Cade Walkup, 5'10" sophomore. Wyatt Hupp, 5'11". 1" sophomore, and Caleb Jimison, a 6'3" senior. And for the G-men, pretty easy. Ken mentioned there are 5 seniors on that roster, and all 5 of those seniors are going to get the nod tonight. Carson Miles, a 5'10" senior. Jackson, 6' senior. Aiden McGinnis, a 6'2" senior. And Carson Malott at 6'7" and a senior. I guess I didn't need to say senior,
right?
Because it's senior night, and they're all there. Referees we have for tonight: Brian Krutash, Jason Noter, and
not officials that we have seen very much this season.
No, not at all.
Yeah. All right, we are just about ready for tip-off. We're going to take one final quick break here, and we'll talk about uniforms and the like and all that good stuff when we come back and get set for the tip as we wrap up the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Welcome back courtside, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to wrap up the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show. I want to mention that there was a fundraiser that happened today in Georgetown for a very special young lady, Nyla Smith, who is requiring a heart transplant at only 5 years old. You'll hear a commercial that is playing during this basketball game about Nyla Smith and the fact that you can still donate if you missed that opportunity today at Georgetown IGA. Just listen for that commercial that is playing in this rotation on the side of C103. I'm not 100% sure that Matt has one. He does not have one to play on Good Guys Radio TV. But I'm sure we've got some stuff out there on social media. If you look for Nyla Smith on Facebook, for sure, you're going to find all kinds of stuff about how to donate as well. And you can like and share and all that good stuff. And I'm sure that we have it on C103 on our Facebook is what I think Matt is trying to tell me with his sign language from across the way there. So, yeah, you can go to C103's Facebook page and find out all the appropriate information to make that donation to help out Nyla Smith. Again, very sad story, 5 years old and needing that heart transplant. So let's please come together as a community, as folks in this area always do, and help out. Eastern Brown
upsets you when you hear someone, up there in age at 60 having to go through something like that, but 5 years old, wow.
Yeah. Eastern Brown Warriors in their visiting uniforms, which are black with red numerals and white stripes. On the flip side, Georgetown in their home whites with black numerals and gold stripes. And the tip is up. It'll be controlled by the Georgetown G-men. And with the basketball out top is going to be McGinnis. Man-to-man defense being applied by the Eastern Brown Warriors. Pass will go left side to Miles. Now back out top, it'll go to Williams, and then out on the right side wing. Georgetown moving around the three-point arc. They'll reverse it over to the left-hand side. Carson Miles with a quick touch. By the way, Miles leads the team in scoring, averaging 20.6 points per game. Miles now on a cut, drives down the right side of the glass, scoop shot up and in.
Nice fingertip control to even hold on to that basketball to get that off.
Wyatt Hopt will bring the basketball up the floor on the side of the Eastern Brown Warriors. He'll pass it right side. Quick three-shot by Walkup is no good. Backside rebound tipped out and controlled by the G-men. They'll put it in the hands of Miles. Miles up the floor. Goes right side to Malott, the big guy now. Back to Miles, dribbling out behind the three-point arc. Out top, it'll go to McGinnis, and then back to Miles with 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. We got a late start. Yeah, we're early in the first quarter. Miles for a three. That one off the back of the rim, no good. And what do we have? A foul on the rebound. We'll have to wait and see which side committed that foul.
Georgetown's been running some nice cuts off that post, but the defense played by Eastern has been wonderful, because I thought they were going to have a couple layups and they cut them off every time.
Well, Eastern is Murphy collecting his first foul, so the Georgetown G-men will have another opportunity. McGinnis with it out top, dribbles onto the right side wing and reverses back to the center, then passes right side corner. With it is Williams in the corner, looking to get rid of it, and does, to Carson Miles. Back to Williams on a give and go. Oh, but he overshot it underneath. But Georgetown gets the rebound. They'll reset for another look.
Came out to trap in that corner and left the middle wide open, and they read it nicely.
Yeah, Williams did an excellent job sneaking into the paint. Pass goes into Malott. He's fouled. That'll be on the floor with 6:06 to go. Snappy Tomato Pizza sponsors basketball on C103. We want to thank the folks at Snappy Tomato Pizza in Seaman and West Union, the home of the Beast. McGinnis with it on the inbound pass for a three, and it's nothing but net. Making a 5-0 lead, Georgetown. Hopped with the basketball up the floor for Eastern Brown. Passes right side to Walkup. Walkup off the screen. Comes top of the key and then puts it into the hands of Jemison. Now for a shot is Wyatt Hopt for three. That one is no good. And it'll go back the other direction. With the basketball in the corner is going to be McGinnis. Back out to Carson Miles. 5:30 to go in the first quarter. As we work our way toward the Barry Chevrolet halftime. Still another quarter to go, of course. Pull-up shot from 16 feet out, no good, off the hands of Miles. Back the other direction, it'll go with Wyatt Hopt. Out top.
Move the ball!
Eastern.
Move it!
You might hear the coach in the background, Rob Buechler, saying move the basketball. They'll go inside to Jemison. He moves it up and into the basket.
It's a nice little play there. They got a switch, and that caused the mismatch inside, and they capitalized on it.
Miles with the basketball right side, goes into the corner to Galley. Now to McGinnis on the wing, and back to Miles. He drives in, shots up, no good, but he's fouled. That'll put Carson Miles on the free throw line, shooting two. Miles, an 83.8% free throw shooter on the season.
And that foul is going to be on, I thought they said number 1, was it? Walkup? That's what they were flashing there. I didn't see that.
I think they know. Yeah, it is. You're right. Yeah, Cade Walkup will collect the foul. That'll be his first. First free throw was good, by the way. Make sure you tune in for the big game tomorrow, Super Bowl 57. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Pregame begins tomorrow for the Super Bowl at 5 o'clock. Kickoff is at 6:30. You'll be able to listen to that on either of our stations, C103 or 99.5 The Edge.
That second free throw by Miles is good. He gets 2 quick ones there. He's had a total of 4.
Light full court pressure. Eastern able to get it across the timeline. Hopped with the basketball out top against man-to-man pressure. Hook pass into Haney, who is fouled.
And picking up that foul is going to be Dylan Pearson, 5'10" sophomore. It's going to be on the floor.
Walk up will inbound to Haney. He'll get it out to Hopt. Now back into the right side corner. The pass goes to Jemison and then back to Hopt. They'll reverse it left side to Grady Barber. Barber now into the basketball game for the Warriors. Barber off the screen, goes out top, passes right side to Jemison. Now Hopt will pop out for it. Back to Haney and then walk up left side for a 3. That one's no good. And on the rebound, it'll be tipped out of bounds.
Nice ball reversal, good movement to get the ball reversed to the other side for the wide open 3. Just gonna get it to fall.
I look for Cade Walkup to heat up. He shoots, averages 31.9% behind the 3-point arc. On the inbound, they'll go right underneath to Jemison. He's trying to create some space so he can get a shot off and could not get it to go. He was behind the backboard.
The defenders did a really nice job, as Trevor Ellis, to keep him from getting that step going to the board, and he had the out of bounds line the other way. Nice court awareness. So it's 7-2 here, 3:50 to go here in the first quarter with Georgetown on top.
Hayslip now into the basketball game for Georgetown. He'll have it out on the left side wing, dribbles out to the top of the key, and is going to reset after Coach Kopus called a play. Pass goes left side to Marks. Now out top, it'll go to Ellis. And then back to Hayslip on the right side. McGinnis gets a touch out top as they run a little weave out behind the 3-point arc. And go into the corner to Marks and then back out top to McGinnis to reset again.
Nice defense by Eastern to make them reset the offense.
Yeah, they're playing some tight man-to-man defense. Marks with it out top, hands it off to Hayslip. He gets to the elbow and dishes off underneath. Inside the paint, a shot is up and good by Trevor Ellis.
Trevor Ellis gets his first points tonight. He just averages 3.
Let's take a look at the H&R Block scoreboard update, brought to you by Jeff Newman and the tax professionals at H&R Block in West Union. 2:49 to go in the first quarter. It's a 9-2 score. Georgetown leading Eastern. With the basketball, it's going to be Wyatt Hopt. He'll pass it right side to Barber. Barber, baseline shot for 2, no good. Rebound's going to be cleared out by Marks, and a quick outlet up the floor. Eastern doing a good job getting back to. But the pass intended for Hayslip ends up as a turnover, as he either stepped out of bounds or something happened down there. It was a whole lot of traffic.
Yeah, it just was a little too long of a pass. He couldn't handle it, and he ended up going out of bounds. Tried to save it back in.
We'd like to thank Sean Willie at Willie & Son Trucking. They sponsor our post-game show. Be sure to stick with us for that. Carl will have stats for you. We'll also have a conversation with the winning coach, and we'll name a Snappy Tomato Pizza player of the game. Barber with it out top against man-to-man defense. Passes left side Hopt. He passed up a 3. Now passes it to Haney out top. Haney trying to work his way in. Has his pocket picked by Marks on the layup. Nice job. Oh, he couldn't get the shot to drop, though. Marks with a head fake allowed the defense to blow by, but then he was too open for the shot. Back the other direction. Barber gets a 3 from the right side.
Barber first points of the night.
McGinnis will try one on this end for Georgetown. That does not drop, and Barber gets the rebound. Barber out top will try another 3. That one short off the front of the rim. Georgetown with the rebound. 1 minute 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hayslip will bring it across the timeline. Passes left side to Marks. Now out top it'll go to Ellis, and then right side to Hayslip again. Ellis will have a quick touch and then goes left side to Marks and loses it away on the drive inside. That'll be a turnover, Georgetown.
As tight a defense as Eastern is playing, Georgetown needs to be looking for more backdoor opportunities. I think they'll be there because they're playing the passing lanes a little bit.
Carson Malott will check back in for the G-men. Again, some token pressure in the backcourt. So they just kind of slow Eastern down as they get it across the timeline to Barber, and he has it taken away by Hayslip. So back the other direction. Hayslip is fouled as he drives inside and is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
That foul is going to be called on number 22. That's going to be Wyatt Hupp. That'll be his second, I believe. See if there's substitution coming here.
57.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hayslip on the free throw line, shooting 2.
That first one is good. Nothing but net. And we do get that substitution coming into the game is Drew Edmonston, a 5'10" sophomore.
Edmonston, by the way, saw a lot of playing time in the junior varsity contest. If you did not catch us talking about that earlier, it was an exciting finish for that game as it went into double overtime. Eastern Brown got the victory in the junior varsity matchup, 51-40. With it down in the corner, Murphy. Back out to Edmonston. They'll reverse it to Barber. Left side, the freshman for 3. Drains it.
That's 2-3 for Barber here in this first quarter. He has 6 of their 8 points.
Makes it a 3-point ball game. Hayslip will have it out top with 30 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Hands it off to Miles. Miles dribbling right side, then penetrates. A foul is called against the Warriors as they're going to say Edmonston was clearing out Malott. A little bit too strong on the box out. So Georgetown will get an opportunity here.
That's going to be Barber's first foul.
Eastern, by the way, I think made another substitution. I'm not sure who exactly that was, but you know what? They're going to have to make another one because we've got some blood here, as that's going to bring Haney out, and checking back in is going to be Jemison.
And running to the locker room is Luke Haney, as he's trying to get that blood cleared up.
Unfortunately, the Georgetown Lady G-men bow out of tournament action earlier today as they lost to Reading 39-30. Carl and I were there to watch that game happen. Down to 10 seconds. Miles with the basketball out on the right side wing off the screen for a 3. It's good.
Nice look. Good shot. 5 points from the floor for Miles. 7 total.
And Barber with a long last-second shot is no good. That's how we'll end the first quarter. Georgetown leading it 14-8. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Taste the Snappy Tomato Pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by Simon for 3. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on GoodGuysRadioTV.com. That's GoodGuysRadioTV.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Cade Walkup nails a 3-point shot to make it a 3-point basketball game as we start the second quarter, 14-11. And Georgetown now inbounding underneath their basket after a foul. And a shot missed by Galley.
Caleb Jemison picking up his second.
Walk up with the basketball out top. Goes right side, Edmonston. Edmonston off the screen, brings it back to the top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Is able to find Murphy. Murphy will drive the baseline off the glass. No good, but he's fouled. That's going to put Bryce Murphy on the free throw line, the 6'1 sophomore. A lot of youth out there for the Eastern Brown Warriors. What's that mean? Well, it means they're only going to get better next year and probably the year after that as well, because there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores.
The free throw is good by Murphy. And picking up that foul to put him at the free throw line was Aiden McGinnis. It's just his first, team's third.
2-point basketball game. Could make it a 1 point, and he does. 14-13 the score. Georgetown leading with 7:15 to go in the first half.
When you look at the game on paper, it shouldn't be this close, but Georgetown letting Eastern stay in this game right now.
With the basketball on the left-hand side, driving in, Hayslip off the glass, a little too strong, and on the rebound it ends up out of bounds off Georgetown.
You know, the rivalry
there you
like
go.
This, you can throw that out the window a lot of times.
Jemison will put it into the hands of Edmonston. He'll quickly bring it up the floor, goes left side Barber. Barber decides to drive inside the paint. Off balance shot, no good. Put back, no good by Murphy. And then Jemison had his shot tipped back out, so back the other direction it'll go. Georgetown had it down on the baseline, decided to bring it back out top. Carson Miles resetting, goes left side to Austin Miles. It's up and good. Was that a long 2 or a 3?
I think that was a 3.
It is, yep. 17-13 the score.
Austin Miles caught that nice rhythm to get that to fall down. It's a whole lot easier when you catch it and shoot it that way than getting a second or so to think about it.
Well, we saw him shoot a lot in the junior varsity game as well. He's the one that was partly responsible for that double overtime, making last-second shots. Walk up at the free throw line for 2. It's no good. And on the rebound, it ends up going out of bounds off Georgetown. More substitutions, a couple of players checking in for Georgetown.
We got Carson Malott checking in back into the game, 6'7", and Trevor Ellis, 6'3" junior.
Don't forget, we'll as part of our post game with the winning coach. That's the Adams County Regional Medical Center. Coach's comments show walk up with a quick 3 on the inbound is no good. Georgetown with it. Miles inside, a runner in the paint. That also rims out. And on the rebound, it'll go out off Georgetown.
That last rebound there, I was watching Carson Malott on the box out. And boy, it was a strong, powerful box out. He had so much size to him anyways, and arm space. You're going to get around him. You're going to have to really work.
Barber with the basketball, working it up the floor with walk up. As they try to go across the timeline to Edmonston, it's picked off, or tipped, I should say, and then collected by Georgetown. That's a turnover for the Warriors.
First turnover this quarter for the Warriors. I just have them for 3. I may have missed a couple.
Ellis had a quick touch, back out to Marks, inside to Malott from the elbow for 2. That's no good. And on the rebound, it's going to be controlled by the Warriors. Walk up with it. Up the floor, down underneath. Jemison has his shot rejected. I'm sorry, that was Murphy. Had his shot rejected, and now Miles with a dunk. Wow.
Yeah.
And what are we going to have?
Technical.
A technical. I'm not sure what that was for. Maybe over. Is called after the dunk. And I want to make sure and point this out. Now, if you're watching on Good Guys Radio TV right now, you can see that Carson Miles is not a he's not a 6-footer. He's not a 6'5" or a 6'2" or even a 6 foot. Carson Miles is 5'10" and just did a two-handed dunk.
That's right. That's right. And I was looking down to write that score on my paper when he did it, and I didn't get to see if he did celebrate a little too much. But
yeah, I wasn't watching
if
either.
I would have done that with 2 hands, I think I would have been celebrating too.
Yeah. Well, Barber missed the first of the technical free throws, but made the second, and the Warriors, of course, will get the basketball back off of that technical call.
which is no harm there, really, because they were going to get the ball anyway.
Exactly. It was their possession after the made shot. Edmonston out on the right side wing off the screen, brings it back toward the top. Now they'll go inside on a turnaround by Haney. Oh, couldn't get the friendly roll. It bounced out. Miles will push it up the floor, dribbling out near the half-court line. Looks like they're going to come out and set a screen for Miles. He'll drive in, and there's that scoop shot again. This time it didn't drop, but he's fouled. And that'll put Carson Miles on the free throw line shooting 2.
That foul is going to be on number 33. That's going to be Murphy. That'll be just his second. And I'll tell you, Miles does a real good job of controlling the basketball on that scoop shot. When you watch that, he has his arm fully extended and just a little flick of the fingertips.
Yeah, well, he's able to cradle the ball.
Yeah.
Actually palming it. We just saw him dunk. Of course, it was a two-hand dunk, but he's either palming or cradling the ball when he does that, and it works out really well for him. You can tell it's one of his signature moves.
Makes them both. He is leading scorer in the game with 11 right now.
Edmonston with the basketball in the backcourt, working it with walk-up as they bring it across the timeline. And Georgetown puts the trap on Edmonston, and it works as he's called for the travel. Coming up at halftime, Skylar Stapleton back in the studio will give you some scores from around the area today in the Higgins Steel Roofing studio update. He'll probably talk about the Super Bowl and some other good things as well. That's all part of our Barry Chevrolet halftime. Miles with it, drives inside. There's that scoop shot again. And again, he's fouled, and he's going right back to the free throw line.
And then he is so quick. Jimison is going to pick up, I believe that's going to be his third.
No, they're saying just the second. Yep.
And he is so quick. He's got such a, it's hard to defend him. He makes that free throw. I said a minute ago he's the leading scorer. He has 12 now. That should be no surprise. He averages 20.6 a game.
Yeah. And he also averages 83.8% from the free throw line, which is why we're seeing him make all of these.
Good thing he made that the way you just said that.
Yeah. 23-14 the score now with Georgetown on top. Eastern working it up the floor. By the way, Ryland Utter checked into the basketball game. He'll get a quick touch out on the left side wing. Back out top will go to Barber. Barber dribbling top of the key. Gets it back to Utter again, this time on the right side wing. He'll hand it off to Walkup. They'll reverse it to Barber left side. Barber's going to drive in off the glass. It's good.
Barber splits 2 sets of defenders to get the basket, and he has 9 points.
3-point shot to left side by Miles is no good. Rebound controlled by Georgetown. They'll get it to Hayslip. Now in the corner is McGinnis for 3, and that one's good.
Georgetown does a good job of receiving the ball in movement and getting the shot off.
Timeout's called by Georgetown after the made 3. They have a 10-point lead with 3:26 to go in the first half. 26-16. Again, Georgetown leading. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well. And we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
3:26 to go in the first half. We work our way toward the Barry Chevrolet halftime. By the way, tonight's game brought to you in part by First State Bank, built on belief since 1884. Visit FSB4me.com. That's FSB. And a steal by Georgetown. Miles, the scoop shot again, and another foul. Carson Miles going right back to the free throw line.
I think it's been about the last 3 trips down the floor. He's been at the free throw line. It's going to be Walkup. That's going to be his second foul.
We have lots of tournament basketball for you coming up next week right here on C103. Oh, there's a missed free throw.
First miss out of 7.
You're allowed to miss one once in a while.
That turnover, I wanted to mention this because I was thinking about it at the time how good a defense Rylan Hayslip was playing, forcing the ball going to that right side. He knew his help was over there, and that's where the steal comes. But if he wasn't playing that good defense to force it over there, it never would have been a turnover.
Second free throw was good, making an 11-point lead now. Barber with the basketball gets caught in the trap, able to get rid of it as he puts it into the hands of Pearson. Now into the basketball game. They'll pass it back out to Barber. Barber to Haney in the corner. Now back to the free throw line for a quick 3 off the hands of Utter. That's no good. And Georgetown with a rebound. Another one and done for the Warriors. Carson will have it out top. That's Carson Miles. Looking to set a screen. That didn't work. Miles dribbling right side. Decides to step back for a 3, and he nails it.
Very confident when he shot that also. He was already stepping back like he knew it was good.
Yeah.
16 points.
Barber and Edmonston working together to get the ball across a little bit tighter. Man-to-man full court pressure that time, and there's a steal as a sloppy pass over across the floor, and Hayslip has to work hard to get the layup to go, and it is. Make it 32-16. Georgetown leading Eastern. Timeout on the floor with 2:07 to go in the first half. We're back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Welcome back courtside, ladies and gentlemen. Tournament basketball will continue or kick off, I guess, on C103. We kicked it off today with Georgetown Lady G-Men on 99.5 The Edge. Actually, there was a Western Brown girls tournament game this past week. But for C103, we'll start tournament action on Monday with the Lady Greyhounds of Manchester facing off against Ironton St. Joe. Shot from just inside the three-point line by Haney is no good. Georgetown again clearing out the rebound. Another one and done.
And Eastern's having a hard time getting good looks at it, as that press from Georgetown is really giving them problems right now.
Tuesday night, we'll have a girls and boys game for you, both of them Fayetteville. So the Rockets and the Lady Rockets as McGinnis gets a 3 from the corner.
McGinnis with 8 points.
Again, that's Tuesday night. It'll be the boys playing first at 6 o'clock, followed by the girls at approximately 7:30. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Barber with the basketball. He likes the 3, and there's a reason why. It's good.
Barber with 12 points.
H&R Block, they sponsor our scoreboard update all season long, and they have done so for many years. We're just under a minute to go in the first half. It's Georgetown 35, Eastern Brown 19. That's your H&R Block scoreboard update, as the G-men are just going to hold the basketball and try to end the first half. Carl, who are you going to put your money on for this shot? I'm going to say Miles.
Yeah, either Miles or Hayslip. Miles does a good job of drawing the defenders to him if he's going the hole, and then Hayslip has been the recipient of some nice assists.
And of course, that penetration move on the right-hand side lane with that cradle scoop shot has worked really well at getting him on the free throw line, if nothing else.
We're coming to go time. Young men cut through looking for the ball coming back, and
it'll be Miles in the corner, and it's nothing but net for 3. That'll expire, the time will expire, ending the first half. Georgetown 38, Eastern Brown 19. Be sure to stick with us for the Barry Chevrolet halftime. We're back right after this.
Gotcha.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
BidFTA.com is an online auction site with local pickup that features items from major retailer outlets that have been returned, discontinued, or overstocked. With Fast Track It and Bid FTA, you'll pay a fraction of the retail price on products ranging from household goods to electronics to appliances. BidFTA.com has hundreds of auctions going live online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start bidding now by heading to BidFTA.com to register for an account. That's BidFTA.com to name your price on just about anything. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking. Taste the Snappy Tomato Pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by Johnny for 3. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on Goodguysradiotv.com. That's Goodguysradiotv.com.
In that first quarter, 14-8. And at one point in the second quarter, Eastern Brown had cut it to just a 1-point lead for Georgetown. But right about that point, or right after that point, I should say, it was Georgetown going on a pretty serious run as they outscore Eastern Brown 24-11 in the second quarter. So that's a 13-point advantage added to the 6 points from the first quarter. That gives Georgetown a 19-point lead at the half. 38-19, your halftime score. We're going to send it back to the studio to Skylar Stapleton for the Higgins Steel Roofing Studio Update. We'll be back with more of the Barry Chevrolet halftime right after this.
Gotcha.
You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by Johnny for 3. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on Goodguysradiotv.com. That's Goodguysradiotv.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
BidFTA.com is an online auction site with local pickup that features items from major retailer outlets that have been returned, discontinued, or overstocked. With Fast Track It and Bid FTA, you'll pay a fraction of the retail price on products ranging from household goods to electronics to appliances. BidFTA.com has hundreds of auctions going live online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start bidding now by heading to BidFTA.com to register for an account. That's BidFTA.com to name your price on just about anything. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking. Taste the Snappy Tomato Pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by for 3. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on Goodguysradiotv.com. That's Goodguysradiotv.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Barry Chevrolet halftime. Carl, let's talk about what we saw out there in the first half. One thing we saw a very dominant Georgetown G-men team.
Yeah, they started out a little bit slow. Eastern hung with them for most of that first quarter, and then they just really stepped it up, both defense, that pressure. They started trapping at half court, caused a lot of turnovers there, and about halfway through that second quarter, they started to pull away. Also, a few of the Eastern Warriors got into some foul trouble, and they had to start playing a little more timid. Leading the way, though, for the Georgetown G-men, averages 20 points a game. Carson Miles got 19 in that first half. So he's in a nice place to have his average for the night. And, you know, Ryland Hayslip, I really like some of the things that I see him doing on defense, which is causing other people to get a chance to score. You take a look at LeBron James. He's such a good scorer that people have to respect that. And then why does he get so many assists? Because they have to collapse on him, and that's what's happened with Miles tonight. He has had some nice assists also as he gathers the defense to him, and he can dump it off to somewhere else. And we're seeing that. When you're a good scorer, you create a lot of other problems on the floor for the defense to deal with. Aiden McGinnis is also having a nice game as he has 8 points in that first half. He averages 9. and Austin Miles chipped in with 3 as Ellis also had 2. For the Eastern Warriors, they're led in score by Grady Barber. Grady only averages 6, so he's doubled his average right off the bat as he hit 2 threes in that first quarter and a 3 in the second quarter, also getting 9 points off of the outside. Walkup with 3, Murphy with 2, and Jimison with 2. But on the bad side of it, Walkup has 2 fouls, Hop has 2 fouls, and Murphy has 2 fouls.
Yeah. That's a little bit expensive, having those 2 fouls and having to spend some time on the bench. But I look for Cade Walkup to heat up a little bit here in this second half. If he can get loose and get a hot hand on the 3-point shot, it could make a difference in this basketball game. I've seen it happen before.
Part of it, I think, is he's having to work awfully hard just getting the ball up the floor.
Yeah.
And that tires you out really quick.
On the flip side of that, you mentioned that Carson Miles already with 19 points, pretty much at his average. You gotta like that that penetration on the right-hand side of the lane with the scoop shot that he cradles the basketball or draws the foul, either way.
I like what you said. I mean, it seems like it's almost patented for him.
Yeah.
That's something that he has worked in the playground quite a bit on to perfect that.
Yep. Well, that'll do it for the Barry Chevrolet halftime. We are ready for second half action. Out there to start the second half for the Eastern Brown Warriors, it's going to be Walkup as well as Murphy hopped back into the basketball game. Barber will start the second half. That's a change up. And then Jimison also starting for the Eastern Brown Warriors in the second half. We'll also have some changes to the Georgetown line. Out there along with Miles, Jackson Marks, Trevor Ellis, and McGinnis.
That changeup started because of all seniors starting as senior night.
Georgetown will have the basketball. Miles out top for a 3, and
wow,
he picks up right where he left off. He nails that one. Make it 41-19 the score. Hopped will have the basketball out top. Goes left side into the corner to Barber. Barber dribbling on the left side, passes back out top to Walkup, and they'll go right side to Hopped. Out top now to Jimison. Georgetown in a man-to-man defensive set. Now Murphy will pop out for it. He'll hand it off to Barber. Thought about the 3, but didn't take it. No, nice no-look pass down underneath. Hopped. Couldn't get the shot to go. It's just not going the way of the Eastern Brown Warriors. And on a layup, Miles could not connect. And then a whistle and a foul, I believe, on the rebound.
Yeah, grabbing that rebound was Trevor Ellis was in traffic, and he just got mugged by 3 Warrior players and could pick who was going to get that foul. That foul is on Galley, his first. Taking a seat is Murphy.
Hopped, you mean?
Yeah, what did I say there?
Yeah, Galley. You looked at the wrong roster. It's okay.
Yeah.
It has been a long day. 3-point shot by McGinnis was no good. And then on the rebound, it's going to be tipped out of bounds. Eastern will have touched it last.
What was big about that is that was Hop's 3rd foul.
Yeah, and he's going to come right out because of that. He spent a lot of time on the bench in the first half.
Dylan Pearson checks into the game for him. And a 3 from the corner by Aiden McGinnis. That's going to be his 3rd 3 of the night.
Makes it 44-19. Georgetown dominating in this basketball game. Eastern up the floor quickly into the corner. Jimison now to Barber. Barber will dribble it back out top, gets it to Haney, then into Jimison. Jimison from the right side, low block with a fadeaway. That's no good, and Georgetown has the rebound. Miles, yeah, down underneath. McGinnis with a reverse, up and in.
That's just what I was talking about there at halftime. The pressure was to him, opens up someone else, and he adds a nice assist.
Barber with the basketball. Puts it into the hands of Pearson, then out to Walkup for a 3, and that's what I was talking about, Carl. Walkup is going to heat up at some point, as that one was good. Hayslip has his pass tipped, and he gets it back. Passes to Marks, right side, back out top to Hayslip. Georgetown slowing it down for a moment. Everybody catch their breath.
Yeah.
Marks back to McGinnis. I'm sorry, that's not McGinnis. That's Ellis. McGinnis, though, with it, now with it, is fouled down on the baseline. It'll be on the floor.
See who this foul is going to be called on. It's going to be on number 1. That's Cade Walcup. That'll be his third. So that's 2 players fouls in the second quarter and having to go to the bench.
Murphy will check back in for the Warriors, as well as Edmonston back in. Our next pregame report will be on Monday before the Manchester girls start their tournament trail. That's pregame report brought to you by Ron Lynch, your financial advisor with Edward Jones Investments in Maysville, and Peebles Save-A-Lot. Miles from the right side for a three-point shot. That's no good. Edmonston with the basketball for the Warriors. Dribbles down to the baseline and gets caught in a trap, and he's fouled.
They're going to probably call that foul on number 14. Yeah, they do. That's going to be Jackson Marks picking up the foul. Tried to tie it up. He thought that he had it clean for a dual possession, but referee says no.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Southern State Community College. Start your pathway to completion at sscc.edu.
The big man Carson Malott checks back into the game for Georgetown at 6'7".
Barber will inbound right underneath for a shot that does not drop off the hands of Murphy. And now the G-men have the basketball. Miles with it right side. Probably could have shot the three there, but didn't take it. He'll bring it back out top. Oh, he's going to try tried to penetrate the lane, but got stopped. Hayslip will now have it out top.
Hey, that was a nice job. 3 players closed that alley up.
Yeah. Left side corner for 3. That's no good by Ellis. Backside Malott goes out into the corner to McGinnis for a 3. That one also rims out, and then the Warriors will have it.
And doing a good job was Malott to get that tip out and to get the rebound. He's so tall, he just reached over the top of everyone.
Edmonston passes right side to Murphy. Now to Barber, and then back out top. It'll go to Haney. Haney dribbles toward the baseline, stops and pops. The shot's no good. Rebound tipped around. And finally in the backcourt, it's going to be tracked down by the Warriors. That's Haney, and he'll have it tipped away, but then Edmonston able to track it down. Now to Barber for an NBA 3. That one is no good. Rebound fought for. Georgetown has it.
2 on 3.
Yep. Oh, nice. Miles ahead to Hayes. Dunk it, but he did get a nice easy layup.
No, but he was caught the ball in stride coming off that right wing at the 45-degree angle. Steele going the other way, and Ryland Hayslip with the foul on that to get his 4th point. 6 point.
Yeah, timeout's going to be called by the Warriors as they are struggling. They have only scored 3 points in this quarter, as the score now 50-22. Georgetown leading. We're back after this timeout on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Jimison has 4 points. This will be his first trip to the free throw line. 58% free throw shooter. First shot is on the way, and it's good.
First and only
Yes, because he made that.
Yep, the old-fashioned three. Make it 50-25. Georgetown leading. Pass will go left side corner for a three, or not the corner, sorry, wing for a three. It was no good. That was off the hands of Austin Miles, and then on the rebound down underneath, who put that up and in?
That was Galley. Jackson Galley got the little in the right place at the right time basket.
With it out top for the Warriors is going to be Haney. Drives inside the paint, gets stopped, puts the shot up and in.
Haney getting his first field goal of the night.
Miles, nice behind the back dribble, dishes off underneath, shots up and good. That's Jackson Galley.
4 quick points, and nice assist also coming from Carson Miles on that.
We'd like to thank Southern Hills Community Bank. They sponsor our tip-off show. We'll have one of those coming up Monday night. Again, it'll be Manchester Lady Greyhounds starting their tournament trail Monday night. And we'll start that broadcast with the Southern Hills
for Eastern Warriors.
Barber will look to inbound underneath the basket for the Warriors. He'll put it into the hands of Kohler, who hands it off out top to Pearson. Now left side, Jemison. They'll reverse it right side. Barber in the corner for a three. It's no good. Backside rebound fought for and tipped out of bounds by Eastern. Carl and I will name a snappy tomato pizza player of the game after this one. Right now it's looking like it's going to be one of the Georgetown G-men.
Picking out that foul was Dylan Pearson in the backcourt.
Yeah, quick foul on the inbound. And that's going to get Pearson a seat on the bench as Edmondson will check back in.
Coach Buechler's trying to explain to him why we don't do that.
Full court man-to-man pressure being applied, and Miles will just dribble right through all of it and get the layup.
Yeah, he decided that time he was going to take the shot even though he had a man on the wing. It was a smart move, got the easy layup and the foul.
Coach Rob Buechler not happy with that as he'll make a substitution. Walkup will check back in.
Jemison picks up his first foul.
H&R Block scoreboard update brought to you in part by H&R Block in West Union. Georgetown 56, Eastern Brown 27 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter, and free throws good.
8 for 9 from the free throw line is Carson Miles. Has 26 points.
That, of course, was the old-fashioned three. Right at 2 minutes to go. Warriors with the basketball. Barber has it. Passes left side to Vance. And now, nice give and go from Walkup back to Vance, up and in.
Vance getting his first points of the night.
Back the other direction. Miles, Austin Miles, driving inside. It's called for the player control foul.
That'll be just his first.
Carson Miles will come out as Hayslip checks back in. McGinnis also checking back in, and I did not see who he replaced.
I used to like the old rule, when you took one, you got to go shoot free throws at the other end. It made people want to take the charge more.
Yeah, right. You're right. Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
No. I had it in a game one time. I took one, I got knocked out cold, and someone else got to shoot my free throws. I was mad.
Walkup missed the three, but Barber fights to put it back up and in.
Barber now with 14.
Makes it 57-31. Georgetown leading. Hayslip has the basketball. They try to get him in a trap. He goes to Malott. Malott with a underarm dish to Austin Miles, puts it up and in.
That's 5 for Miles. I thought they were going to call a travel on that on Malott as he was shuffling his feet, but they didn't see it.
Barber has the basketball out top against man-to-man defense. Makes it to the elbow and has his shot blocked. Austin Miles on the run out is good.
Scoring them in streaks right here. The way my scoreboard or scorecard here looks, you've got 2-2-2-2 right in a row, guys. And here he goes again.
Yeah, McGinnis with a steal. Couldn't get the shot because he was underneath the basket, but Hayslip has the rebound and the putback. 63-31.
Hayslip with 8. Hayslip's one of the hardest working players out there on the floor on defense too.
Walkup passes right side to Barber.
That was close. McGinnis thought his eyes were big. He was going to get a steal.
Walkup will try a three. That one rattles home.
It's 3 threes for Walkup tonight, 9 points.
Hayslip, last second shot. Oh, I thought that was going to go. Wow. Georgetown G-men leading the Eastern Brown Warriors 63-34. We're back with fourth and final quarter action after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
BidFTA.com is an online auction site with local pickup that features items from major retailer outlets that have been returned, discontinued, or overstocked. With Fast Track It and Bid FTA, you'll pay a fraction of the retail price on products ranging from household goods to electronics to appliances. BidFTA.com has hundreds of auctions going live online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start bidding now by heading to BidFTA.com to register for an account. That's BidFTA.com to name your price on just about anything. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
We will start the fourth and final quarter with Haney having his shot rejected. And Georgetown has the basketball. McGinnis passes into the corner, and Marks will get it back out to Hayslip. Hayslip penetrates on the baseline, but goes to McGinnis in the corner left side for a three. That's no good. Marks on a putback. That one misses, and now Malott will try it. That also misses. Yeah. And finally, the Warriors pull down the rebound. Jemison looking to get rid of it, finally does to Hopt. Wyatt Hopt just spent a lot of time on the bench with foul problems in this game. He's back in there now for this fourth and final quarter. Murphy, baseline out to Jemison. They just take the ball right out of his hands. That's Marks. And the layup's good.
Marks did a good job of controlling the defense by keeping an eye on him. Keeping him off guard of what he was going to do, and then he makes an easy layup out of it.
How about that snatch of the ball down here for the steal? I mean, he just took it right out of Jemison's hands. Now into Jemison in the paint for a turnaround. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Put back is good. Padding his stats, Carl.
Yeah, Jemison with 7.
Gets a rebound and a basket. McGinnis for 3. It's no good. On the rebound with it is Walkup, and he's fouled.
Hey, Ryland Hayslip almost had his head taken off.
Yeah.
As he was fighting for that. Substitution into the game for the first time. Ryland Utter, 6'1" 1" sophomore, checks in, taking a seat as Murphy.
You can listen to C103 anywhere you go. Download our free app or visit C103.fm. Click on Listen Live. And by the way, if you haven't checked out Goodguysradiotv.com, we want you to do that as well. This particular game is being broadcast. 3-point look by Haney is no good, and Georgetown clears out the rebound. Ahead it'll go to Hayslip. Gets it into the hands of Marks. Now inside McGinnis to Ellis and back out. Hayslip now with it. Passed up a shot. Marks will put the 3-point shot up, and it's good.
Nice ball movement by the G-man right there, and Marks hits the basket for his 5th point.
They are hot, 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 Carl. Yeah. I don't know what their shooting percentages have been in this game, but they're pretty high.
59%.
Walkup drives inside and is able to draw the foul. It'll be on the floor.
Yeah, and on that, they were 44 in the first quarter, 64 almost in the second quarter, and 65 in the third quarter. for 59. So they were cold in the first quarter at 44.
Malott will check back in, as well as Jackson Galley. Also out there now, Mason Williams. In the corner, Utter for a three off the inbound. That's no good. Wyatt Hopped able to get the rebound on the backside, but he's caught in a trap. Finds Utter. Utter dishes off underneath to Murphy, who gets the defense in the air and draws the foul.
Actually, not a bad foul. He definitely was going to have an easy 2 points out of it.
Yep. 5:21 to go in the basketball game.
Malott's so tall, too. He jumped, missed it, and then still kept swinging his arm at it and finally got the foul called.
First free throw by Murphy is good.
Murphy is perfect from the free throw line tonight. He's 3 for 3. It's only points he's got.
In part by Health Source of Ohio, providing a unique and comprehensive approach to health right in your community. Both free throws are good. Makes it 68-38, Georgetown leading.
On the inbounds played, some good defense by Eastern as they tip the ball out again on this full court press. Nice.
Wow. Miles ahead to Galley for an easy basket underneath.
Very unselfish play, getting his average. Now he's making sure everyone else gets in the scoring columns.
Well, he keeps his head up down the floor looking for the open player, and a timeout's going to be called by Eastern. We're going to take one as well with 5:03 to go in the ball game. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Taste the Snappy Tomato Pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by Simon for three. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on GoodGuysRadioTV.com. That's GoodGuysRadioTV.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. On the coming out of the timeout, the Eastern Brown Warriors throw it away for a turnover. And that happens a lot. Coming out of a timeout, we see teams turn the basketball over. So Georgetown now looking to inbound, and they do, to Miles, who gets it back to McGinnis. McGinnis will bring it up the floor against man-to-man pressure. Back into the hands of Miles out on the right side wing. Now to Malott. Hands it off to Williams. Then Williams will bring it back out top.
Look at the mismatch at Malott.
Yeah.
Now they got to switch back.
Yeah, they got it switched back now. Miles to Williams. Williams driving the left side of the paint. Leaner is no good, but he's fouled. That's going to put Mason Williams, the 6-foot senior, on the free throw line shooting two.
Mason Williams started the game tonight as a senior. Then he didn't start in the second. He only averages 1 point a game, so let's see if he gets his average right here. He does.
That'll make it 71-38. Georgetown leading.
Looks like he's going to be getting some good minutes here his senior year and gets them both. Final game on this floor.
Walk up in the corner for a three shot is no good, and Malott had it, but it's tipped loose. Now Barber will try a three from the left side. That one's no good. Gets his own rebound and has it tipped away as he tries to put it back up down underneath. It'll end up out of bounds off Georgetown. Stick around after the game. We've got our Willie and Son Trucking post game. Still 4:21 to go on the clock. They'll inbound out top to Haney. And now left side, Hopped for a three shot, no good. Long rebound tipped out to Carson Miles. to Williams now for a 3-look. That one's no good. McGinnis on the backside rebound. Out top, it'll go to Miles for an open 3, and he drains it.
Miles trying to get everyone into the scoring action tonight, and then he decides, I'm just going to take one myself.
Well, they left him wide open.
Yeah.
Drives in on the left-hand side, kisses it off the glass. It's good, and he's fouled.
Barber's having a great game, 16 points tonight. He averages 6. And that foul is going to be against number 2, Gideon Klump.
Yeah, Klump now, no, that's Williams, or Galley, 22. Yeah, he's out here. That's Galley. Jackson Galley collected that foul, I do believe. No, it wasn't
that was
Galley.
Klump. They had 2 flashing up there. Or there's 2 2s on the board. No. What am I looking at?
It doesn't matter. The free throw was missed, but a putback is up and in, and that was off the hands of Braxton Vance. Make it 75-42 the score. Malott with the basketball as Georgetown goes ahead. Down underneath, Williams has his shot blocked, but he's able to track it back down, puts it back up. It rims out, but he's fouled. And that'll put Mason Williams back on the free throw line to shoot another 2.
Picking up that foul is Braxton Vance. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, you can see that the guys on the floor are trying to give Mason Williams a lot of scoring opportunities here down the stretch, and that free throw is good.
H&R Block, they sponsor our scoreboard update as McGinnis will check out for his final time on his home court as a senior.
Gets a standing ovation from the home crowd.
H&R Block, they sponsor our scoreboard update after those 2 missed free throws. It is Georgetown 77, Eastern Brown 42 with just under 2 minutes to go in the basketball game. And now checking out as well is going to be Carson Malott, the 6'7" senior. Again, his final game on his home floor. They've still got tournament action yet to go.
And receiving a standing ovation also is Jackson Galley.
Yep.
And coming into the game is Gideon Klump and Aiden Werner on those 2 checkouts.
By the way, Carson Miles, also a senior, has checked out. So Ellis now checking back in, and Williams will now check out as well. All 5 of your seniors playing their final home game tonight here at Georgetown High School. But again, tournament action still yet. Quick foul called against Austin Miles as he tried to get a steal. Walk up. No, that's not walk up. That's Dylan Pearson. He's going to go to the free throw line shooting. It'll be the 1-and-1.
Used to always say in the Pearson name at Lynchburg.
Yep.
That rattles around. It's out. Nice rebound there. Pulled down by Werner.
He'll put it into the hands of Marks. That's Jason Marks. Ahead it'll go in the corner to Austin Miles for a 3-look. That's no good. Walk up with it on the rebound. He'll push it up the floor. Passes left side. 3-point shot rattles out off the hands of Vance. And George to go in the basketball game. Marks for a long 2. That one is no good. Eastern with a rebound. Want to remind you this broadcast is for the private use of the C103 audience. Any other use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the consent of C103 is prohibited. Inside the paint, a spin move by Barber is no good, but he's fouled. And Grady Barber is going to shoot 2 as the clock is going to run out. Clock will run out while this happens. As unfortunately for the Eastern Brown Warriors, a running clock late in this game. The first free throw was good, but that will do it, of course. 77-43. That is your final score. Game coming up right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by for 3. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on GoodGuysRadiotv.com.
That's Goodguysradiotv.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
In the third quarter, again, this one belonged to Georgetown, outscoring Eastern by 10 points, 25-15. That gave Georgetown a 29-point lead starting the fourth and final quarter with the score 63-34. And nothing changed in that fourth and final quarter as Georgetown again outscores Eastern, this time by 5 points, 14-9 for a 34-point victory. Your final score, Georgetown 77, Eastern Brown 43. Stick with us. Carl has got some stats for you. We're also going to talk to head coach Corey Copas for the Georgetown G-Men in our Adams County Regional Medical Center Coach's Comment Show. Stick with us. We're back with more of the Willie & Son Trucking postgame right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
BidFTA.com is an online auction site with local pickup that features items from major retailer outlets that have been returned, discontinued, or overstocked. With Fast Track It and Bid FTA, you'll pay a fraction of the retail price on products ranging from household goods to electronics to appliances. BidFTA.com has hundreds of auctions going live online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start bidding now by heading to BidFTA.com to register for an account. That's BidFTA.com to name your price on just about anything. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking. Taste the Snappy Tomato Pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by Shiny for three. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on Goodguysradiotv.com.
That's Goodguysradiotv.com.
Welcome to the Adams County Regional Medical Center Coach's Comment Show. Joining us, head coach Corey Copas. Coach Copas, if you haven't looked at any of the stats from this basketball game, you're going to love what you see.
Yeah.
Your guys shot incredibly well all over the floor, including 14 of 15 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's what I said. I haven't seen anything yet, but I knew we shot the ball well, especially from the outside, so we did a good job.
Senior night, you had a packed house.
Yeah, that's always good to see. That's what I told seniors, just like you do every time. You want to send the seniors off the right way, and we did that tonight.
Yeah, certainly did. Coach, what I like about your team is their quickness, their aggressiveness, and they don't monkey around.
No, we've talked about that. The season hasn't went exactly how we expected it to go, but we still have a lot of season left is our hopes.
Right.
And that's what I told them last year. We looking back last year that we made the run we made. Confidence, and a team can be scary, and hopefully we're continuing to build that after tonight too.
Well, I can tell you that I really like the way your team looks. Right now, you're firing on all cylinders, and it's the time of year when you want to do that. As you head into tournament, everybody's healthy.
Right.
So all these things are on your side. You're going to start your tournament trail on February 20th. You're going to play the winner of Seven Hills and Norwood. Anything you know about those two teams?
I got a bunch of film. I haven't started watching it yet. I said that once this week starts, I'm going to start diving in, and then we'll play. We'll go down and watch them play the 15th and kind of get a little more idea if it's Norwood or Seven Hills. But both beatable teams, but both of them can beat us. That's a good thing about our sectional. I said it's we can beat anybody in there if we come play like we're capable of, but if we don't, we can lose to anybody. So we're excited, and hopefully we'll be doing this for another month or so. But it's one game at a time. We got a makeup game Monday versus West Claremont, and that'll finish up our regular season, and then we'll get focused for tournament.
Let's talk about your 5 seniors because they played their final home game tonight at Georgetown. And I don't know if they all got in the scoring column, but I think at least 4 of them did.
I think they did. I think
did
they
all 5?
Yeah. I think we'll 4 free throws here, it looks like.
Yeah, he was 4 for 4.
Yeah, that's part of, like you said, the 14 for 15 from the free throw line. So when you do that, that's usually pretty good too. That helps out. But yeah, it all does start with Carson. I mean, Carson's been doing it since he's a freshman. And I just said, get it and go. I looked over at the coach and said, I won't miss saying that. He has that ability that he can just say, hey, just dribble through it and go, and he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and one time he went coast to coast, dribbled right through the pressure and got a layup.
Yeah,
and drew the foul.
Yeah, and he can do that. I mean, his quickness and stuff, he's quick, and he's a little stronger than what people realize, and obviously with his athleticism, he can finish up by the rim. But, then you got Malott, McGinnis, who's hit big shots. It looks like he's got 14. Galley's been coming on late. And he's been just doing the dirty work, and he's boxing out, rebounding. He's got 6 again tonight. He's been getting around that 6 mark past few nights. He just seems to find spots, and when Carson drives, people's got to help, and he seems to be in the right place at the right time. And then Mason, came in at the end. He's a kid that's first year varsity, but if I could say that there's a kid that I want to be represent our program, it's him. He's a great student first. Great kid. He's a phenomenal person, and I'm proud that he stayed and he's playing for us. So,
Coach, like you said earlier, what a great way to send your seniors off with this final home game tonight, doing really, really well. Yeah. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank
Eastern
you.
Brown Warriors, they've struggled this year. There's no doubt about it. Not program.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a physical game, and we try to, we like to get pressure, and we thought if we did a good job with our pressure, we could get to them, and we did that. First quarter started off a little slow, but that second quarter, that's what I was looking at. We scored 24, it looks like. We came out and we shot the ball extremely well. I'd be curious what we shot at that second quarter, but when we went on, you scored 24 points in a quarter, you're going to go on probably a pretty good run, and I thought we did that, but we knew it was going to be hard. We figured we'd get their best, and because of the rival situation, senior night, and all that, and we just were able to hang on for the game.
A really bright spot for the Eastern Brown Warriors is they're bringing everybody but one player back.
Yeah.
Jimison's the only senior.
Yeah,
and they're young.
I thought the Barber kid did a good job. I mean, I like him. I think he, he's playing guard and right now. And once the year, next year and stuff like that, they may try to move him around. But I think he sees the floor well, shoots the ball well enough, and he's going to be a load to handle next year moving on for sure.
Well, Coach, let me ask you one final question. Who scares you the most in the Southwest District?
I think he's the scariest most. I'm going to say my wife. But honestly, if we can come out and we can just play like we're capable of, I like our chances. But like I said, I mean, Seven Hills, they're big, they're athletic, like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". They got a good guard, they're athletic. In Norwood, they got a kid that averages, the Winchester kid, I think he averaged about around 20, and he's a good guard. I mean, the Southwest is tough. We were fortunate enough to get out of it last year, and it was a bear. We went to regionals, and 3 of the 4 teams were all from our sectional. It's no joke. I've learned that quickly. And if you get out there and you can win a sectional title, you're doing something there. And so that our goal at the beginning of the year is to get back to where we were, but it starts the first game on the 20th for sure.
Well, I like your team this year. I like your odds for tournament. It'd be really cool to get another one of those banners. Where's it at? Oh, down here.
Yeah.
It's been since 2007, so it'd be nice to put a 2023 up there, wouldn't it?
I think it would be. I think seniors last year will be a little upset, but they could get over it. Well, like I said, it's one game at a time. I never look ahead, and even in regular season, I'm bad about preparing. I'm superstitious almost. I don't look ahead. But
I know most coaches will.
Yeah, it's a cliche answer.
Next game,
one game at a time, one night. Yeah, that's a cliche answer.
Yeah. Well, Coach, congratulations. Congratulations to your seniors. They've all had a really nice career here at Georgetown, and good luck as you start the tournament trail.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Head coach Corey Kopus with your Adams County Regional Medical Center Coaches Comment Show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for stats and to name our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game as we continue the Willie and Son Trucking postgame here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by for 3. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can say.
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on GoodGuysRadioTV.com.
That's GoodGuysRadioTV.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
Real bad, except for when we came more into that fourth. Second quarter wasn't real strong. It's just 27%. They ended up the game 15 for 37, 40%. Free throw shooting was down, or better than their average. They were 77% on the night. Didn't get that many shots compared to Georgetown, as they were just 7 for 9. Cade Walkup ended up with 9 points. Grady Barber led all scorers, or tied all scorers with 17 points, 2 for 3. Braxton Vance had 4. Luke Haney with 2 points. Bryce Murphy had 4. All of those coming from the free throw line. He is 4 for 4. And Caleb Jimison ended up, I read that wrong, with just 7 points. So Grady Barber was the leading scorer with 17 on the night. For the G-men, they're hot, and I think you already talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we didn't have percentages, though. You give those, and that it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 44% in the first quarter, 63.6 in the second, 65 in the third, and then 44 in the fourth. Ended up with 56% on the night, and free throws 14 for 15, 93.3.
You win a lot
put up
of
numbers
games
like that, you aren't going to lose.
Yeah.
And especially with the defense they were playing, too.
Yep.
So take a look at some individual scoring. Trevor Elias with 2. Carson Malott with 2. Mason Williams with 4 points. Jackson Marks had 5. Jackson Galley with 6 points. Rylan Hayslip, 8 points, but I'll tell you, he did a lot of other things on that floor. He was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He played some great defense, forcing point guards into traps, and then a lot of times he was reading it and getting steals, and some very nice assists also. And then Aiden McGinnis had 13 points. He knocked down 3 threes at very timely spots in that second quarter to move things forward for Georgetown. But leading all scorers was Carson Miles, had 29 points, 8 for 9 from the free throw line. I don't even know if I can remember even any turnovers. He played almost like a perfect basketball game with just a ton of assists also and steals.
Yeah, pretty impressive. All right, that's a look at all your stats. That leaves one final thing to do, and that's to name the Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. We'll do that as we come back with more of the Willie & Son Trucking postgame right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
BidFTA.com is an online auction site with local pickup that features items from major retailer outlets that have been returned, discontinued, or overstocked. With Fast Track It and Bid FTA, you'll pay a fraction of the retail price on products ranging from household goods to electronics to appliances. BidFTA.com has hundreds of auctions going live online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start bidding now by heading to BidFTA.com to register for an account. That's BidFTA.com to name your price on just about anything. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking. Taste the Snappy Tomato Pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. You've been listening to us for years.
Shot up by for 3. It's up and in.
Now it's time to watch.
I can save!
Good Guys Radio TV is here with live video coverage of everything happening in our area. Local sports.
And this one is a hard shot out to left field.
Local events.
Hey, this is Braden hanging out with you.
It's all on Goodguysradiotv.com.
That's Goodguysradiotv.com.
Well, I said it there when I was going through the stats. I think it's going to have to go to Carson Miles. Carson Miles. He played a fantastic game, only missed one free throw, 8 for 9. That's the only thing we can fault him for probably in the game. He had 29 points, a lot of assists, played some great defense, and there's no even hinting to anyone else. I think it just has to go right to Carson.
Well, I'm taking a look at his stats right now on the SBAAC website. It looks like this ties for his third highest scoring game of the season. He had a game that was 31 points, one at 30, and then this would be his second one at 29. So pretty impressive, no doubt about it.
Yeah, he averages 20 points a game, so well over his average also.
Yeah, yep. Carson Miles, your 5'10" senior, one of the 5 seniors for Georgetown, will be our snappy tomato pizza player of the game. I think that's going to do it here, isn't it, Carl?
I think so, too.
Courtside, we want to thank Mr. Matt Hildebrand for producing everything for us on the Good Guys Radio TV side of things. Skylar Stapleton was our producer back in the studio for C103. For Carl Schneider, I'm Ken Smith. Thanks for watching and listening to basketball on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.